Aloha, friends and ohana all over the world, and welcome to EarthStar Sundays at 11:11. So wonderful to be with you to share this dimensional and cyberspace. One of the great things about technology that even though time and space keeps us from being together physically for those hugs and touches, at least we can meet in cyberspace or this dimensional space and share time together and truly feel this energy and healing as we come together in this beautiful wholeness, this single diamond or this whole diamond of our awareness and our consciousness. So today is April 12th, 2026. So it's a wonderful Sunday morning, a beautiful spring day, lots of pollen here in North Carolina. So I hope you're able to deal with all those life is just expanding here during this time of the year. So let's get right to our topic today. And it's going to be on being awesome, beautiful, and perfect. Okay, good. And this is our Sundays at 11:11, Cosmic Shaman and Aloha Consciousness. And we truly do want to explore this concept of being awesome, being beautiful, and being perfect, because that's who we are. Okay. And we are EarthStar Spiritual Center, a multi-faith church for living aloha. And I am Stacy, so I'll be your host today. I'm the Co-Abbot with Jeanne, my wife, of EarthStar Spiritual Center, and we've been doing this since 2002. When Jeanne got out of teaching, she retired, and I left the police department in 1999. We opened up a Tai Chi school, and we did that for about 3 years, and then we had enough folks interested in a church, so we created the church in 2002. So thank you for all those who have been with us all these many years. Okay. And our core principles or values off to the left there spells aloha, and that's all loving God, love, oneness, heart path, and as above, so below. So planetary awareness and galactic consciousness. So multi-faith church. So wherever you think God is, let's meet there. That's a wonderful starting spot. Okay, so Sundays at 11:11. These are some of the topics you see in the clouds that we'll be discussing. We've also had a request by one of our shamans, our dear friends, and she'll be on with us on a Sunday morning in the near future when we get that settled or worked out. And then that will be about speaking about the divine feminine and divine masculine. So thank you, Nicole, for that suggestion. Okay, and also if we can help you with any of these topics during the week, with our shaman coaching or synergy healing, then just make an appointment and let us know, and all that contact info will be in the show notes. Okay? And please subscribe and like the video. That way we'll be able to spread this energy out throughout the world and add your special aloha to it. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way, truly, if we have anything we think we have bright to say, we'll post that, and that way you'll get it in your notifications. Now, if you like reading, these are some of the books we've completed. Started in 2013, 2012, and we finished up with the 7th book in 2025. So, and those are all in the show notes, and they're available on Amazon, and to help you with your shamanic path, whether you want to focus on earth shamanism or the cosmic shamanism. Okay. And then also we started a new music ministry March of this year. So just last month, it seems like we've been doing it a while. So we have 4 songs already published, and they are on your favorite streaming platforms. So EarthStar Music, and we're excited to say that we have another song that'll be posted tomorrow. The goal is to post and to write and produce a new song once a week. I would like to be able to have over 50 songs in a year if we can. That is at least the shamanic goal and intention. So you see it in the upper right corner there, Body Made for Sin. That was my love story to Jeanne. I wrote that back in 2002 for our 5th anniversary. So I wrote that for her to share my love. And then tomorrow we will share not only on the streaming platforms, but also on YouTube. I made a video with it too. So Jeanne and I both were the executive producers, and we both wrote the lyrics. So we tweaked and edited and came up with the right combination, I think, and it turned out great. We checked it last night. So tomorrow morning, high noonish, we'll release it, and it's called Heart Full of Love. And that's from Jeanne's perspective of sharing her love story for our relationship. So we're excited to post that. and then also Earth Superpowers and Cosmic Destiny. So we will have a live physical class. That'll be Sunday, May 17th. So that'll be from 1 to 5. Now, it could be finished by 4 o'clock if you're a studious person and you know exactly who you are and you can reach your Earth Superpowers within 3 hours, and that'd be great. And if not, for those who need extra time, we'll be here till 5 o'clock. And that'll info there is in the show notes, and also is on the Facebook, if you'll check that as far as events on EarthStar Spiritual Center. Okay, so Earth Superpowers and Cosmic Destiny. Yes. Now, one of the organizations we share time with is Connecting Consciousness with Simon Parks, and this has to do with the humanitarian projects that'll be activating now. And due to us moving and being activated into this beautiful golden age of America and the world, after we get a few situations taken care of, and that way we can allow the quantum financial system to be fully activated to provide this prosperity for the entire planet, we can move into humanitarian projects, and that way our projects will be fully funded. So Simon and Connecting Consciousness is one of the organizations that will manage these funds. There's going to be several throughout the globe. He just happens to be the one that we were attracted to, and he lives in England right now with his wife, Becky. He does videos quite a bit. You can join Connecting Consciousness. It's free to join, always has been, always will be. And I have the information in the show notes. And that way you can start thinking about how do you want to serve, or how do you currently serve humanity? And what are your Earth superpowers, so that you can be of service, not only now, but when the time comes for these beautiful humanitarian projects, and whether or not you would like to join up with other folks who have already established a humanitarian project. So we have a bid in for one here in the Greensboro area. So we've been waiting since 2020. So we know it's on the way. We can already see it. So thanks for being part of that. But make sure you know how do you serve and how will you serve. All right. So today then, Sundays at 11:11. Title is Awesome, Beautiful, and Perfect. And our objective will be is to discuss being awesome, beautiful, and perfect. Okay? So as we look at this beautiful slide of awesome, beautiful, and perfect, just as an overview, if you will, and I'll have, if you see to the left there, you see told or didn't tell. I'll have that on each one of the slides as we look at these individually. So when you think about being awesome, beautiful, and perfect, think about the definitions you have for being awesome, beautiful, and perfect. Are you defining these definitions because of mistakes? Are you defining these definitions because of spiritual lessons? Are you defining this based on the past or present or future? So lots of definitions we have living here in 3D, since we live in a very objective viewpoint as opposed to a subjective 4D telepathic viewpoint. Okay? So in 3D then, when we think about awesome, beautiful, and perfect, how many people, how many adults or friends actually told you throughout your lifetime that you are awesome, you are beautiful, and you are perfect? Now, if it goes a long way, presently 3D is on planet Earth, and we're not showering people with compliments and attention. Remember, our parents did the best they could. They're working, trying to raise kids. And remember, maybe the generation before them, their parents or your grandparents, they didn't shower your father and mother with these compliments of being awesome, beautiful, and perfect. So now, you being the generation that's aware of this, a new type of consciousness, that of aloha consciousness, we can begin to share this with everyone we meet in our circles of being awesome, beautiful, and perfect. But first of all, we want to make sure we understand we are, and we feel, and we know, we consciously are aware that we are awesome, beautiful, and perfect. So think about all the people that told you you were and you are awesome, beautiful, and perfect. And think about all the people that you think should have told you, but they didn't. And you may find it in 3D that, you know, if we look at the spectrum, the scale may be leaning towards the people who didn't tell you that because they just didn't know. We weren't in that type of consciousness. Okay? So that'll set the tone. All right. So let's look at the first one then, awesome, being awesome. Because remember, again, who told you you are or were awesome, and also who did not tell you that, especially the people you think they should have, maybe parents, teachers, authority figures, bosses, supervisors, co-workers, friends, relatives. So just think about the word awesome. So let's break that down and let's allow some 3D definitions to expand how we think, feel, and act as far as a new way of being, a new type of energy. So as far as awesome, well, first of all, God created you. Now, just think, you are a child of God. So, does that not in itself make you awesome? When we actually think about God and whatever your definition of God is, but for our broadcast here, we'll just say God is that one infinite being that is the eternal source of love, aloha, always has been, is, and will be forever. So that's our God. That's a good working definition of God. A lot of people want to say love, peace, harmony. Yes. Remember, God is anything, everything, and nothing, just to have a Taoist spin on that. Okay? So God created you. You're a child of God. Right? So that in itself makes you awesome. Now, when we go into another level, let me go back to being a child of God. So also, we hear from our Christian perspectives that, Christ is the Son of God. Well, you're a child of God also. So Christ is really our brother from that perspective. You are a son or you are a daughter of God. So we're children of God. So that makes you pretty special and awesome just for that. Now, if we move into a next level or broader definition of God, we can say that God is in you. Okay, the power of preposition, right? God is in you. So what do you think about that? That every single cell of your body is God. God is inside of you. That in itself makes you awesome. To think that God not only created you, but now we think and we know that God is inside of me. So when I pray, when I speak to God, when I listen to God, I'm not talking or listening or creating or imagining this bearded white man sitting on a throne on top of clouds with seraphim and cherubim all around him playing harp music, right? We know that God is right here inside our body, inside every cell, inside every heartbeat and every breath. So that in itself also makes you awesome. Now let's move to a fifth dimensional perspective, that perspective of light and wisdom, or fifth density. And you are that, because remember, we're multidimensional people. At the least, we're mind, body, and spirit. So that's 3 dimensions of how we can relate to any reality. Okay. So another higher or broader dimension then is to think that you are God. Imagine if we're all living in this beautiful bowl of soup or this big pot of soup, right? Some people are vegetables, some people are the broth, some people are the spices, some people are the meats, some people are the baguettes that are dipped into the sauce. So we all live in this beautiful soup of life, this big pot of life, and we're there forever. We just simply change ingredients every now and then. Or imagine instead of a pot of soup, imagine if it was just a diamond. So just imagine and visualize a diamond and just think for maybe hundreds or thousands or millions of years, we live on one particular facet. And we share this facet with those that are very loving in our life, people that we learn lessons from, our soul group, so to speak. And all we do is we just move from facet to facet on this beautiful, huge diamond, this infinite diamond. And we do this forever. And this is what we do. This is who we are. Okay. So imagine in that sense that if everything is inside this diamond, or if everything is inside that pot of soup, and that counts the pot itself, okay, then we are God and God is us. So that in itself makes you awesome. So God created you. You are a child of God. God is in you, inside of you, every aspect. And then when we imagine that on a greater scale, we know that God is you, God is us, we are God. So we are God and God is us. That makes you awesome. Now, another thing from a physical sense, when we think about God creating us, let's just take a look at our DNA. Right? Now, just imagine we have 6 feet of DNA inside every cell. Now, the cell, we really can't see any of our cells. I would think you see things in science, and I've heard the only cell that you could see with the human eye is the egg from the female, right? But you'd really have to have some sharp eyes. So I'm not sure about that. So just think all these cells you can't even see because they're so small. And I mean, they're definitely not 6 feet long. I mean, they're microscopic, yet they have 6 feet of DNA within it. They're just folded and rounded and spiraled. Now, think about if we have 10 trillion cells in our body. And that's a generous number. Some numbers you see with science could be 30 trillion cells, but we'll just do 10 trillion. Okay? So 10 trillion cells in a human body. Well, if we take 10 trillion cells and multiply that by 6 feet, you see right underneath that, that's 60 trillion feet. Now, if we divide that by 5,280, the amount of feet inside of a mile, that's 10 billion miles. Now, and that's why you see the girl in the picture below. She's got smoke coming out of her head and her eyes are all cross-eyed. So when you think about your physical body has 10 billion miles of DNA spiraling through it. Does that not make you awesome? I mean, amazing how this human body is. So remember, God created you. You're a child of God. God is inside of you or in you. And then you are God and God is you. And then you have 10 billion miles of DNA flowing through your body, your physical body. I would say that makes you pretty awesome. And that makes us pretty awesome. That means we've always been awesome. We are awesome now, and we'll be awesome in the future. Okay. So wonderful with that. Good. And remember, this is a live chat. So if you have any questions or let me know you're here, just sign in and I'll say hi to you. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Beauty. Beautiful. Okay, so I am beautiful, you're beautiful. Now, beauty truly is, you've heard the saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That means it's very relative, right? I mean, if you have 10 people lined up and you have them give a 3D definition of beautiful or beauty, they may be similar, but everyone has their own special aspects of what beauty is, right? And remember, it's relative. So to a cockroach, another cockroach looks beautiful. May not to you. That's why some folks think blonde folks are beautiful, or brown-headed people are beautiful, or black-headed people, right? Tall people, short people, wide people, people who live at the beach and have a tan, they're beautiful. People who live up north, dressed up like Eskimos, they're beautiful. So everybody has a different definition of what beauty is. And just think, some people actually think inanimate objects are beautiful, for like a sports car or a house, a home, seeing the waves or the mountains, the rainbow. Some people may think, a 4570 government Winchester is beautiful. Some people may think a bow and arrow is beautiful. A yard is beautiful. A flower is beautiful. So all inanimate objects also have a touch of beauty with them. Again, according to the eye of the beholder. So very relative. Now, beauty. In order to be truly beautiful, we want to make sure it requires, and we know that it requires that we be beautiful on the inside. You know how it is if you've ever seen someone and you've been attracted to them because they're just beautiful from your sense, right? The way they walk, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves, maybe just the way they're made up today. They're all dolled up, or in their best suit, a handsome business suit, and you see a person and you think, wow, that is a beautiful, beautiful person. And then you see them do something that maybe not be favorable to the way you think someone would act. Maybe you see them screaming at someone, or maybe you see them stumbling down, or maybe you see them being condescending towards someone. And then all of a sudden your definition of beauty changes, because you know that on the inside, their beauty is not there to match the outside work. So make sure that if you want to truly be beautiful, and you truly want to have this beautiful aura, this aura of beauty and aloha, make sure you understand to be beautiful on the inside. And that's going to require work for you, because remember, as we look at the bottom left, how many people told you throughout your life that you are beautiful. And think about how many people you think or should have told you that you are beautiful to help with your self-love, self-empowerment. So if you don't have that self-identity as being a beautiful person on the inside, then it's going to be very difficult to be beautiful on the outside. So make sure you understand that you truly are beautiful, because we already know, we've discussed and we've covered what's being awesome. So we know you're awesome. So add that touch of beauty on the inside, and that way you will be beautiful on the outside. So beauty. Now, how to be beautiful. You know, we've always heard of Max Factor. Remember all the makeup, and you realize Factor is not his real name. He's got a long Polish name. I think it just got shortened up. But Max was or Mr. Factor. Back in the early years, he was doing makeup and cosmetics for the royal families throughout Europe. And then he came to America, and with the coming of age of Hollywood, he made his way to Hollywood because he knew that that's where his expertise would thrive in the business of making movies and films and TV. So, his big tool was that people just have to have the right tools in order to be beautiful, because there are no non-beautiful people. There's just folks who don't know how to make themselves beautiful, right? Now, I admit I've seen people who are wearing holy sweatpants, sitting on a couch eating a tub of ice cream, and they're absolutely beautiful, because they're beautiful inside, and just eating ice cream in those sweatpants, they are truly just beautiful. Okay. Now that can work. Most people, however, don't have those skills. So as the saying goes, if the barn needs painting, then paint the barn. So do what you have to do. Okay. Wash your hair, brush your teeth, wear nice clothes. Make sure your clothes fit you. If you've been on a diet and you still have the clothes that are 3 sizes too big, well, that's not going to be very flattering. So change your clothes, right? Change your shoes, change the way you walk. Change your bearing on the inside. So be beautiful on the outside and allow that energy to come forth so that people can truly see this beautiful person you are. And that way you can share that beautiful energy, that aloha energy, everywhere you go. Just imagine that everywhere you go, you're making the energy, you're making the environment awesome and beautiful just by your awesome and beautiful presence. So be beautiful. Know you're beautiful. When you look in the mirror, you give yourself a compliment. You tell yourself you're beautiful. You tell yourself you're awesome. Okay? So make sure you truly know that. Okay? And that way it'll truly come out, and you'll just be exuding that wonderful, awesome, and beautiful energy wherever you go. Outstanding. Okay? All right, now let's go to the third one. Perfect. This is a big one for people. When I ask folks, well, are you perfect? Well, no, I'm not perfect. Well, let's take a look at this. Okay? So what is perfect? What is perfection? Okay. So when we think, and again, let's go to the bottom left. So how many people told you you are perfect, and how many people did not tell you, and you think they should have, that you are perfect? Okay? And maybe you have a sense or definition that says you're not perfect. So let's look at that. Okay? So perfect. Now, when we think about creating our reality, we know that we create our reality, everything in our reality. Okay, well, let me say hello to Nicole. So aloha, awesome, beautiful, and perfect Dale. Oh, thank you. Awesome, beautiful, and perfect Nicole. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here today. And Nicole, if you weren't on earlier, I mentioned that you had given a suggestion for a show to talk about the divine masculine and divine feminine, and that you would perhaps be a guest with us on that show. So I hope we can line that up and do that soon. Okay, good. All right, so back to perfect then. So if we create our reality, does that not make us perfect? We have the intention and the consciousness to create our reality. Now, whether or not we know that we can create our reality, because remember, we aren't taught this. If we were taught this early on, then we would have a new sense of self-empowerment and self-love. But we do create our reality. We create every mistake. We create every lesson. And instead of thinking of mistakes as something bad, think of mistakes as lessons, because we've changed. Think about all the mistakes you made. Was there not some major change or minor change that you made and you turned into a better person? You turned into a better version of you because you learn from your mistakes. That's what we do. So we turn that into a lesson. So instead of saying things are a mistake, like I messed up or I did this or I shouldn't have done that, just appreciate that you did it. Appreciate that you understand you did it and how you now can learn from that and make it a truly growing and evolving lesson to be the better version of who you are. Now, another thing is sin. Even though you may not have gone to church, you were still influenced by this concept of, from the biblical sense, that we're told that we're born in sin. So there's things we have to do in order to get into God's favor. Now, my cosmic and shamanic sense does not agree with that. I don't think there's sin. I just think everything is a lesson, right? The way we act, the way we react to anything within our reality and our collective reality. These are all lessons, right? So just think there's 8 billion people on this planet, and we're all creating our own reality, and yet those realities come together. They form this beautiful soup pot, right? And all these, and we can experience these different realities on many, many different scales, because that's what we do for all of eternity. And just think if we had a collective or common ground among humanity, that is, we walk around, we breathe air, we eat food, right? We try to be happy, we try to be healthy. And now we all have our specific things that we do. And that would create greater realities for us. But we all have the great common reality. So getting back to born in sin, when we think about that, that takes away our self-empowerment. It makes us think that, there's something wrong with us. And no, there's not anything wrong with you, right? Remember, we're awesome. We're beautiful. We've already established that. And now we have to establish and know that we are perfect, because we're perfect because we create our reality. And remember, your perfect today is not your perfect back in 3rd grade. No more than your level of mental acuity and understanding from the 3rd grade is how you understand life now, right? You've grown, you've evolved. So perfection or being perfect is not just a one constant definition. It's just like the concept of now. Time is right now. Now is the moment of power. So now is your most perfect self. But, by the end of the day, that will be your most perfect self, because hopefully between now and the end of the day, you have learned many lessons. You've evolved. So obviously your perfection evolved, your awesomeness evolved, your beauty evolved. So this is a growing and living concept of being perfect. So again, all the ways you act, all the ways you react, getting rid of those definitions of right and wrong and sin and mistakes, and just knowing that what we do is we create reality, and we will find ourselves merging with someone else's reality. Then that's where we are able to learn the lessons through our actions and reactions. Okay, because remember, everything is a lesson. Everyone is a teacher. And that means you're a lesson to many people. You're a teacher to many people, because that's what we do. Remember, we're all inside this grand wholeness, this diamond, this pot of soup. And that's who we are. We're all here together for all of eternity. So everyone's a teacher. Everything's a lesson. You are perfect because you create your reality. Remember, as we go back to in the awesome concept, when we say and we have an understanding that God is us and we are God, and we know that God created everything and everyone, that means if God is us, that means we create everyone and everyone through our actions and reactions. So we create this reality where we are. We create the concept of what a person is and how their personalities affect us. Whether it's a very complimentary relationship or maybe it's a very irritating relationship. But either way, it provides a lesson for us to learn from someone else, because everyone is a teacher. Okay? So you are awesome. You are beautiful. You are perfect. Outstanding. Wonderful revelation for that. So when we look at a review then, you have always been awesome, beautiful, and perfect. It's just maybe folks didn't tell you. You have always been awesome, beautiful, and perfect. Okay. And you always will be awesome, beautiful, and perfect because you can't be any other way. Because remember, you are the physical incarnation of God. You are a physical representative of the God energy. This God energy is the eternal love, peace, and harmony that flows through all things in this universe, flows through every atom, every subatomic particle, every nanoparticle. And we know there's even smaller things than that. So God is in everyone and everything. So that means you are awesome, beautiful, and perfect all the time. And we know now when we think about our dimensional life that this is on a scale, because the awesome, beautiful, and perfect first grader, you are a much greater now person, better version. You're more awesome, more beautiful, more perfect than you were at 6 years old, like you are now. So remember that, and know that even though people didn't tell you this, know now that you're being told, and you have an understanding. You accept it. Accept your awesomeness. Accept your beauty. Okay, and accept your perfection. Because that's who we are. That's what we do. And then we can wrap all that up with this beautiful level of aloha consciousness, so that wherever we go, we're just exuding this awesomeness, this beauty, and this perfection. Okay. So wonderful with that, and hope you have a time to think about this and kind of mull it over, allow it to flow through your body, every heartbeat, every breath, and accept the fact that you are awesome, beautiful, and perfect. And even if you don't, well, isn't that just so perfect? And isn't that so awesome? Isn't that so beautiful that you don't even accept being awesome, beautiful, and perfect? How perfect is that? Okay. So make sure just a little zen there. Okay. So just imagine and just know you're awesome, beautiful, and perfect. Okay. All right. So let's engage that with our meditation prayer time. So as we go into meditation, if you would like to do some prayers or have some prayers going on during the entire time, then feel free to do that. Uh, Let me get you some music here for this. You just get nice and relaxed. Just monitor your breathing, your heart rate, taking in the energy of what we just discussed, knowing that you are indeed awesome, beautiful, and perfect. So think about your chakras, the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, light blue or sky blue, a deeper blue or indigo blue, and then violet or purple. A rainbow of chakras. Now imagine a white light, like a tube, like a fluorescent tube connecting your crown chakra and root chakra. Allow that connection to be made with that white light. And now imagine that white tube being filled with all the colors of the chakras, creating this beautiful rainbow tube. And now this tube cannot possibly contain all that wonderful loving energy within you. So it begins to expand into your energy field. And soon you create this beautiful aloha bubble around you. It goes all the way out to arm's length to the side, one hand length above and one hand length below. You find yourself just sitting, or just moving within this beautiful aloha consciousness. And now think about your meridians, the beautiful light flowing through your body. All your meridians coming alive, being activated. And allow this love and this energy and aloha to flow through every part of your body. Every chakra, every meridian, every cell, every subatomic particle of your mind, body, and spirit. And just feel the peace. And now empty yourself of everything. Let the mind rest at peace. returning to the source of stillness, which is the way of nature. A.L.O.H.A, Book 16. So relax. Shift your awareness to a healing awareness, a prayerful consciousness, a loving meditation time. Use this time as prayer for yourself, sending prayer and love to other folks. Aloha. Sending out aloha, beauty, awesomeness, beauty, and perfection to not only you, but to other people. And remember, you're calm, you're healed, you're loved, you're well. So just about 5 minutes. So let's try it. Do that now. Now just feel that calm around you. Feel the peace and the love and the joy. Sense your heart rate, breath rate. Sense your level of awesomeness and beauty and perfection. Feel the essence and the presence of the love that flows through all things, flowing through you. Now let's use this time for some personal healing time. Let's use the energy of the Merkaba to see the little flashing lights as we send out Reiki, that beautiful Reiki blue light, or you may be attracted to the beautiful Huna light, rainbow light, or perhaps the white Christ light, or the pink rose light of Magdala. Any of those lights or any other lights, just imagine it flowing through this Merkaba and use this for healing. Allow it to flow to every part of your body, especially those areas that are tense or distressed or not at ease. Remember, you are awesome, beautiful, and perfect. So if you're using it for self-healing, then be healed. And now just hold the light of that Merkaba, the Reiki blue light or the Huna rainbow light, white light of the Christ, the pink light of Mary of Magdala. Excellent. I'll say a prayer for you for this week, for today and this week. May the Aloha consciousness flow through every part of who you are, through our mind, body, and spirit, thought, word, and deeds, with everyone, everything, everywhere, and all of our endeavors here at home, work, and play. May the love of God flow through you in every instance and be with you as you acknowledge its presence, knowing that God created you, that God is in you, and that you are God. And God is love, love is God, or Aloha. And may this wonderful blessing and prayer fill your day today and your week, giving you the power to remember you are awesome, beautiful, and perfect. And may the spirit of love, the spirit of Aloha that flows through all things, flow through every one of your endeavors now and through the rest of this week. And in the name of being awesome, beautiful, and perfect, amen and amama. Wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that today and sharing this energy with us today. Okay, good. Now I'd like to bring up a couple more slides just to finish off. So here we know we have SHAC. Remember our SHAC principles of smiling, hugging, acts of kindness, compliments, and kisses. And remember, smiling is not only for other people, but when you look in the mirror, you smile at yourself because remember, you're awesome, beautiful, and perfect. Hugs, hugging other people and allowing other people to hug you. Okay, you want to make sure that you have at least one hug a day. That's your prescription. One hug a day to being a shaman of Aloha. Okay, so you receive one and you hug someone. Okay? Acts of kindness to other people. You allow people to provide acts of kindness to you, and you also do acts of kindness to yourself. Compliments. You're complimenting people with a loving, whole compliment. Okay? And make sure you compliment yourself. Okay? Make sure you understand you're awesome, beautiful, and perfect. Nothing wrong with going around saying I'm awesome, beautiful, and perfect. You may not want to take out a billboard, but make sure you say that to yourself just internally. Okay? And then say it outside too. Say it verbally because you want that vibration to create that beautiful, awesome, and beautiful, perfect energy field around you. And then for kisses, make sure not only are you kissing someone, but someone's kissing you. You allow that. Find a way to make these things happen. Not only that you're sharing it with other people, but other people can share this with this. share this concepts with you. And what a wonderful world it would be if we all could remember our shack every day. Okay? All right, let's do our POW. Remember POW, P-A-U, Hawaiian word for it's all over. So on three, we'll clap our hands, shout POW. Ready? 1, 2, 3, POW. Good. So thank you for being here today. Well, just dropped my glasses. I powered too hard. Anyway, okay, thanks for being here. Hope you have a great week. Jeanne sends her love. She's right behind me here, hidden in amongst the clouds there somewhere, the star field. Okay, and remember, we're gonna have Jeanne's song. We'll debut tomorrow. Heart Full of Love. That'll be on YouTube, and we'll send that out on our Facebook post. And that's Jeanne's love story. Okay. All right. So thanks for being here. We love you. Much aloha. And we'll see and be with you very soon. Okay. All right. Aloha. Good. Let me get us out of here.